Hi, this is Lori Broccolini with HappyNaturalHorse.com, and today I want to talk about the breakdown of 8 bells and the tragic breakdowns. And I came across this article on Facebook, and then I pulled it up online. We'll look at it in a minute, but it really got me in a lot of trouble because it just really set me off. Because it says the DNA is the cause of the tragic breakdown, and so we go over to the article and they're saying that it was the inbreeding of the horse. And so this article is a pretty good article. I'll put it in my blog, naturalequinelb.com, and you can read about it. It's a pretty good article, but it talks about the drugs and everything like that. But the gist of the article is they're trying to think that it was she was inbred 3 times by Raise a Native, and she broke down where Raise a Native was the weakest point, which was his ankles. And so if you go back here to the Facebook page, you'll see horses out of Raise a Native. They've been inbred too. They have no problems with their ankles. So it really got me upset, and because it's not the inbreeding, it has to do with the minerals. Okay, our soils are depleted. We use a lot of drugs now into the horses. They're saying, some of these people say, well, you work them too early, but you do have to condition the bone. And if you notice that, babies that are 1 and 2 years old, they start running a lot around the fields, but they're on grass, so they're getting the minerals to help reshape their bones. Of course, they're on uneven pavement, but horses tend to see, even in the wild, to run 20 miles a day. So basically, it has to do with the mineral absorption into the legs and not having access to it. So in my book, Natural Equine Remedies, they do use this point here. If they would have just checked the suspensory point, it's an acupressure point from Equine Pain Point Release that I teach. It was from Dr. Regan Golub and Dr. Julie Montgomery. And you push right underneath the, there's 2 little dips in there, right where the top of the bone, I think it's the femur bone here. But it's really in the muscle, right before it attaches to the body. It's right there. There's 2 little points. You'll see it. Big muscle there. I don't know the name of it. It doesn't really matter. You just have to take your 2 fingers, push up in there, and the horse will buckle. If the horse buckles, check below the knee to see if there's any swelling. There usually is. I've never found it not to be the case of some kind of bone swelling or whatever. If they had done that and not run her, she probably would have never broke down. But basically her issue was not having a bone structure of minerals. So you can see that steroids, the long-term side effects, and you look at the musculoskeletal osteoporosis and muscle weakness. Also to 8 bells was probably given stuff for ulcers. Ulcers will the stuff they give the ulcers will also have an impact on the medicines. They will impair the calcium absorption, especially the drugs that they give on the track, and it will prevent magnesium and vitamin B12. Now the B12 is good for the nervous system and everything like that, but the iron and the magnesium is good for the bone. Steroids is another drug they use. Again, it will suppress the immune system. If you get my book, it tells you all about it. And then, of course, wormers. Everybody worms with ivermectin and moxidectin. And if you have a horse that chokes most of the time, it is a nerve to muscle it's a nerve inhibitor. So it inhibits the nervous system, and it blocks the absorption also of minerals. So it actually kills the nerves in the horse eventually. Over time it will. So she could have been prevented by by having good feed, good minerals, chelated minerals into her diet. And you have to remember, we are now GMO, modified, which means that if you have corn, cracked corn, the barley, I think barley's GMO. No, I don't know. Oats are the only thing that are not GMO, and Secretariat ran on just oats alone. So, and he had hay and he had access to a lot of grass. They grazed him a lot too. So he got a lot of his minerals through the dirt area and the hay. But he also wasn't given any drugs either. So, anyhow, that's my take. Got me in trouble because, you know, when I saw the article, and it said that I was in a hurry, and I said bullshit, and so I got banned. That's okay. I'll just keep doing. I mean, there's tons of content here on this. There I am. See, I said it. Bullshit. So no, it's not the genes. It's not the genes. It's the mineral depletion that you are feeding your horses with. And if you go to my website www.happynaturalhorse.com, you will see my feeding program and my Big Sky Minerals. I do have a lot of racehorses getting on it now, and they're having great results with it. Okay, so hey, have a great day. Subscribe to my channel, and hope to see you soon. And you have any comments, hey, take them. Give them to me. Bye.